Get to Jay Leno himself now, the host of Jay Leno's Garage here on CNBC. Incredible. Can you believe this company?
Yes, I can. You know, I'm a huge believer in American innovation, American technology. You know, for a while, we're getting like the British. We celebrated noble failures. Oh, yeah, well, we didn't think he could do it. And, of course, he didn't. You know, I love the idea. You know, the genius of Elon was he was building the infrastructure as he was building the vehicle. Even today, a lot of the major manufacturers build an electric car, but where do you charge it? Yeah. Oh, you charge it at home. Yeah, but what if you're on the road? Where do you find the charger? Elon was smart. When he started, he knew this idea would work, so he built charging stations so you could go to Vegas initially, you could go to San Francisco, and then he branched out to, well, you could drive across the whole country now in a Tesla without using any fuel at all.
Yeah, I've got one. Most Dunkin' Donuts along the turnpike seem to have them. You've been following this for a long time. There's competition in this lane now. Can this company sustain this growth? Can it take over this part of the industry?
Again, it's that, you know, it was funny. I remember people saying, well, Tesla's doing fine, but once the other people get involved, they're going to fall behind. Well, you know, I've seen the electric cars from Europe, and they fall short. They don't have the range of the Tesla. They don't. I mean, because Tesla leads the field. We seem to have this inferiority complex that somehow things in Europe are better than things built here. I mean, General Motors builds a Corvette that rivals Lamborghini and Ferrari for $60,000. Yeah. I mean, the equivalent in European money for that sort of horsepower and handling would be at least $250,000. So, no, I have great belief in the American entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, the fact that Elon can send a rocket into space and land it back on Earth for, what, a tenth of the price of what the U.S. government, well, that's what private industry is supposed to do. Cheaper, faster, more efficient. That's how it got to be the American industry. We're able to do it better than the government could do it, and I think he's proving that.
Since we started promoting this segment yesterday, there are plenty of Tesla lovers. But there are people out there who are like, I want to hear the rumble. I want to feel the car. I don't want any of this. What are they missing?
Well, you can buy another car. I mean, it's a different look. You know, it's like people that say, I like rock and roll. I don't like rap. Fine. It's all music. OK, it's all transportation. I predict that, and I love these kind of cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Ford Cobras. You'll use them on weekends, the way you would use a snowmobile, recreation vehicle. Go up in the hills and have fun and go through the gears. But driving in downtown L.A. traffic for an hour and a half every day, bumper to bumper at 20 miles an hour, you're not going to hear any rumble. You're just going to waste gas. But if you're in a quiet electric vehicle, you're not polluting and you're saving. So it doesn't always have to be one thing or the other. That's the great thing about America. You have choice. You know, I bought a Tesla not because it was environmentally friendly, although it's a good reason, but because it was the fastest accelerating four-door car you could buy. I like fast cars, and this happened. It had the range, it had the speed. I bought it in 2015. I have done nothing to it. It's never been to a dealer for a repair. I just drive it. Mm-hmm. When I want to have fun, I'll take out my 1960 Triumph TR3 and bomb around. But in terms of everyday vehicles, you can't beat it.
You got a whole garage full there, Jay. What are you in the market for now? Just curious.
Oh, you know, I just like interesting stuff. I buy the story as much as I buy the car. I had a lady call me, and she had a 51 Hudson four-door. And I said, I already have a Hudson. Oh, but we bought it new in 51, and my husband died in 96. Would you just come look at it? Okay. So I go out there, and she's 96 years old. Okay, no glasses, no hearing aid. And she says, well, would you buy it? I said, okay, how much do you want? She said, I want $5,000. I said, okay. So I had 4 flat tire. We dragged her back. It took me 2 years to get it all fixed up. And I wonder if she's still alive. And I call her. Okay, she's now 96, 97. She's still alive. And I said, you want me to go for a ride? She goes, can I bring the kids? I said, sure. Well, her kids were 72 and 74. So I go out there, and the 2 kids have got her blindfolded, and she's touching the car, and they take the blindfold off. Oh, and she starts crying. The car looks so beautiful. I said, you want to go for a ride? She goes, yeah. So the 2 kids get in the back, and the old lady and I are talking, And the 72 and the 74-year-olds start doing this. They start poking each other. And she turns around. I told you two to stop. Mr. Leno's taking. And she's just whacking the heck out of them. And the three of them are laughing and having the time of their lives. And they told me how when they were kids, you know, it was the only car their family had from 51 up until he died in 96. They were so embarrassed in the 60s and 70s to be driven to school by their dad in this old car that they'd have their dad drop them off like 3 blocks away, you know, and of course now the car's a classic. But I mean, that's what I mean. Sometimes the story is as good as the car itself.
All right. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.